Our boys Hamm, Quinones, and Ito are back at it again for Batman 89 issue number 2. This issue expands the story in a lot of rich ways, so let's talk about it. Batman 89 issue number 2 picks up immediately where issue number 1 left off. Shocker, right? Batman is cornered by the Green Army men after being kicked in the head by the masked hero at the end of issue 1. He straight up makes matters worse by hitting them with a flash grenade and they open fire. Their bullets spray into the apartment building behind Batman, leaving 4 injured and 1 dead. This causes a huge boom of action for all of the characters we've centered this story around so far. Batman, of course, feels horrible, which motivates him to offer help to Burnside as wealthy Bruce Wayne rather than Batman. Burnside, of course, is the community in which this tragedy took place. Harvey Dent, being from Burnside, gives a speech about helping bridge the gap between the very different 2 parts of Gotham together. The parts, of course, being the higher class and the lower class communities, to which he faces enormous backlash by his horrid no-good donors. For me, the book really shines as we get more of Drake Winston, who is our masked hero, later named Robin, that we had at the end of issue 1. Defying all of the help from the upper class, he takes it into his own hands to clean up the streets of Burnside, as he has a clearer understanding of the place than both Bruce Wayne and even Harvey Dent. Robin the Boy Wonder was originally created in the likeness of Robin Hood, and this version of him lives up to nothing short of that. Also, we get to see that Drake not only has tons of courage to clean up the streets, but also has the knowledge of how to use computers and the internet to better help the community. Presumably, computers and the internet haven't quite taken off at this point in history in which the story takes place, so this means that he's actually 1 step ahead of the curve. And honestly, he might become one of my favorite Robins very quickly. In other news, Catwoman makes a comeback, presumably for the first time after the events of Batman Returns. It honestly feels pretty shoehorned in there and pretty unnecessary for the issue, but perhaps when reading the trade paperback when all of the issues are released, the appearance will feel more organic than just smacked in there for no reason. Needless to say, there's quite a lot going on in this book. We follow Bruce, Harvey, and Drake all doing their own separate things at the same time. It's put together in a very concise and digestible way, but when talking about it, it does come across as more convoluted than it actually is. It feels like a lot of setup more than anything else. The characters are still very true to who they were set up to be in Batman Returns, and issue 1 of Batman 89. They're still incredibly well written, and it's a really good way of continuing the story. The art in this issue feels like a huge step up from issue 1. Don't get me wrong, issue 1 had great artwork in it, but here it feels more refined. You can feel the passion they had for this story through the panel layout and the colors alone. Joe Quinones and Leonardo Ito were really aiming for top-notch quality, and they hit it big time. The expressions on all of the characters' faces are so animate that it draws you into the story and, of course, leaves you wanting the next issue immediately. Gentlefolk, I am incredibly excited to see what they do with this new Robin, and also how they expand the story of Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent. Issue number 3 comes out next month, so we'll be here to talk about it. And don't forget to like this video and follow me on my YouTube and Instagram page, as there's always going to be more fun stuff to talk about. I actually talk about more stuff on my Instagram page than my YouTube page, so if you're interested, be sure to check it out. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day.